Bucky, how long until that rocket takes off?
About 90 seconds. Zemo's wires are all over the place, Cap. I'm doing my best.
Zemo.
Today is your reckoning, Captain. You will no longer be a thorn in Hydra's side.
60 seconds, Cap.
It's over, Zemo. Deactivate your rocket.
You think it is that easy to defeat me?
What are you talking about?
I have been stalling, Captain. That rocket is a trap made to lure you and your pathetic sidekick here to die.
No.
Say goodbye.
Bucky, run!
Steve! Steve!
Bucky?
Steve? The commandos are waiting for you.
I've been on the front lines more times than I can count. I've seen good men lay down their lives for each other, for their country. But Bucky, I never thought it'd be him.
Sergeant Barnes knew the risks. His sacrifice gave us exactly the push we needed.
But attacking Schmidt's facility head-on? It's too big a risk.
Well, if you thought that being a soldier meant that everyone would live happily ever after, you are delusional.
I'm serious, Peg.
So am I. If you succeed today, Hydra will be wiped out for good. This mission could win us the entire war.
And what if it doesn't?
Then we will pick ourselves up and try again.
And what if that doesn't work? How many more men have to die?
We don't compromise with bullies, Steve. It does not matter how big or small they are. Even if the entire world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no. You move. The price of freedom has always been high, but it is one we are willing to pay. Always.
You give a hell of a speech, you know that?
I learned that from you. Come back in one piece, all right?
I mean it. This shield should be yours.
No thanks. I've got my own.
What's the damage, Captain?
Pietro, Nat, and Tony are all signing. The rest are with me.
The biggest breakup since the Beatles. This won't be pretty.
Pretty isn't what we signed up for. What's the plan?
Well, lucky for you, I have a safe house in Chicago, completely off S.H.I.E.L.D.'s records. No one will know you're there but me.
And how do I know you won't turn your back on us? S.H.I.E.L.D. being anti-SRA doesn't seem good for business.
Times seem to be changing, Captain.
Well, I'll be damned. I think Fury and I just actually agreed on something.
To what do I owe the pleasure, Stark?
I wish it was more pleasurable. There's no easy way to say this, pal. The UN just voted to remove you as director of S.H.I.E.L.D., effective immediately. And I'm taking your place.
Excuse me?
Relax, it's nothing personal. I guess they just wanted a genius, billionaire, charismatic superhero in charge now. Fresh eyes, you know?
Tony, what are you doing?
Easy there, Rogers. You're a fugitive, remember? You're lucky I'm not arresting you right now.
At ease, soldiers. I'll walk the captain out.
Okay, next time, you only lower the guns when I say so.
I'll be brief, Steve. There's been something off lately.
Off about Stark?
Off about everything. Something slipped past me, and that's not easy to do. There's more to this than the SRA. I just don't know what, but I'm gonna find out. In the meantime, you and the others need to lay low.
I'm not gonna sit around and watch while Tony hunts down the rest of the unsigned.
Steve.
There are hundreds of heroes in New York alone. I know them. They won't like what he's doing. We need to bring them here and grow our numbers. We can fight this.
This isn't a war.
Not yet, but it will be. Now is not the time for compromise. It's the time for action.
And what if that means going against everything you stand for? Your country is against you. Hell, the whole world is against you. Are you willing to put it all on the line?
I remember a time when S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't stand for America. It stood for its people. A time when I was told by its founder that even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye, and say, no, you move. That's the S.H.I.E.L.D. I respect. And if they won't fight for America's people anymore, I still will.
All right then, Uncle Sam. You do whatever the hell you want. I'm going away for a while. Could be a few days, weeks, who knows? No one gets past me without paying for it.
I'm using this facility.
Wasn't planning on getting in your way.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Prove me wrong. Rise and shine, soldier. You took quite the fall, barely holding on when we got you out.
How long was I?
Almost 2 years. Congratulations, you've proved me wrong.
It was Hydra. Mystique, she...
Don't worry, I know everything. Hydra was always S.H.I.E.L.D. Took me too long to piece it together, but I got enough good people out to begin rebuilding. Unfortunately, we've got bigger concerns now.
I don't understand.
With S.H.I.E.L.D. being compromised, it left an opening in the U.S. security, and our new president, Norman Osborn, didn't hesitate. He calls his new organization Hammer, and with it, has not only control of the U.S. government,
But all of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra's old files.
Osborn's a criminal. We've had a file on him in Oscorp for years, but never deemed him a serious threat, until now. Our intel says that Norman has some of the most powerful people on the planet in his back pocket. Mutants are being imprisoned. Outspoken heroes are disappearing, and no one's doing a damn thing.
And what have you been doing?
Took me all this time to rebuild what we have. Not much, but it's enough for a new start.
A new start?
I'm getting old. Hydra's infiltration showed me my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. If S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna come back, it needs a new face. And that face is yours.
Fury.
You know this organization better than anyone else I know, except maybe for me.
I'm in no shape to fight anymore.
I'm not asking you to fight. I'm asking you to lead. You're the embodiment of the values S.H.I.E.L.D. tries to uphold. You protect the people who can't protect themselves, and the world needs someone like that, now more than ever. Your people need you. Are you still willing to stand up for them?
I'm gonna need a team.